Well, we're the Coastal Conservation Association of Louisiana. We're out here at Sycamore Point today, getting ready to go out and build a brand new artificial reef at South Marsh Island 235, an iconic old speckled trout favorite spot of local anglers where the platform was removed a few years ago. We're going out and putting new habitat, and today we're especially excited about this project because it's the first time ever we're using 3D printed concrete reef modules provided to us by Danos, a local Louisiana company, to build this reef. So really exciting day, and we're looking forward to a lot of fun.
This location formerly was an oil production platform that was a very productive fishery due to the structural habitat of the area. The anglers have really missed this spot since it's been removed, so we're going to replace it today with an artificial reef just like we've done at many other spots. In fact, this will be reef number 45 for CCA Louisiana's habitat program over the last 20 years. So we've got 45 reefs today, and we're going strong. We have several more to go this year. So we're very excited about our program, very excited about this project, and very excited to be here today with our partners. Today we're constructing a unique reef. It's using a new product called Cajun Coral. It is actually 3D printed concrete coral modules that we're putting out. These individual modules are 3 by 3 by 3 foot in dimension, and they're going to sit on the bottom in organized patterns to mimic a natural bottom, so that the marine organisms can attach to it, start the food chain, start the habitat and the ecosystem, and once again bring back that fisheries that were missing since that platform has been removed.
Look, this is a great project where, Reef Louisiana, which was created by CCA to let our members basically put their money where their mouth is, individually contribute and to build reefs. And so what Reef Louisiana, paired with Wildlife and Fisheries money, went to Danos and are now creating something that's never been done offshore before and using 3D concrete to make a reef. And so you've got what they call Cajun Coral. Is going to be incredible habitat, and it just shows you what can happen when CCA, their volunteers, and the people that care about the resource can do when they all put their minds together.
Tell us your feeling regarding this new technology and what it's going to mean for the fish.
This technology that Danos has created and is willing to partner with us is going to change the game. Now we can create things that are exactly the size that we need to fit our permit specs. It allows us to go into shallow water, deep water, you name it. It is changing the game in reef building for us.
It's a really neat process. We call it a dry forming technology. And essentially what we're doing is we have a blended mix of both Portland and sand that's inside of a box, and we dropping carbon fiber needles down and injecting water into that box, which allows us the ability to really alter the design of the figures that we're wanting to produce. We really get with our partners like CCA for this project, allow them to tell us what that design should look like for the specific location, which allows us to make that specific design for them.
The fish almost immediately gravitate towards these reefs because it causes a difference in the bottom structure. The currents pass over it. It creates eddies and places for the bait to hide. So, within a week, people will begin to catch fish off of it. But after a year, when it becomes fully populated with the marine organisms, then it'll be very productive and very much a place to enjoy for our local fishermen here out of Sycamore Point.
Well, in Louisiana, we're losing habitat at such an alarming rate. Of course, everybody knows about how we're losing our marsh and coastal erosion, but what we don't talk about enough is our reef habitat and the degradation of that habitat, and also the removal of reef habitat when platforms are removed. Across Louisiana, part of what's made our ecosystem so abundant and vibrant is the presence of reefs. And over the last several years, we've lost so many of those oyster reefs, and now we're losing these platform habitats when they're removed from the Gulf of Mexico. And so today is a good example of that, a place that was once a favorite destination of local anglers, go out and catch speckled trout and redfish and flounder and other species, but also great habitat for those fish. We're going back and replacing that habitat by putting these reef modules down.
This area around Sycamore Point has been devastated by the rig removal, and so now having reefs like this being created will change the game for all the people that own camps. You can see all the boats and things behind us. They need more habitat for the species, and the fishermen need more places to go find them.
It's an exciting time. This is the fifth reef that we build this week here in Louisiana. So right off the coast, an area very near and dear to me. I actually worked on this beach as a lifeguard back in the late 70s. And where this reef's going in at 235 was a great spot. A lot of big trout were caught there, and I'm anxious to see the reef go in so the younger people, our kids and grandchildren and their children, can come and fish it and still be able to have the same resource that we had.
How far do people come to fish this area?
They come from all over. I'm actually going to be receiving guests from South Dakota at the end of August and September to come down. It's a sportsman's paradise, and sometimes we kind of take it for granted. That's why these reefs are so important. Everyone wants to go out and catch fish all the time, but at some point in time, you have to put things back together and hope you can preserve them. And that's what these reefs are all about.
I've been fishing here at Sycamore Point for over 40 years. I've seen the ups and downs of the fishery here, but nothing as drastic has affected the fishery as the removal of the oil platforms off the coast of Louisiana. It's affected the offshore fishery as well as the inshore fishery because the fish don't migrate in the fall like they used to because they're not offshore right off the coast of South Louisiana in this area anymore.
Been fishing out here a long time. Young teenager started fishing the saltwater area out here, and CCA with putting these reefs back is a really big deal for us because, I mean, as you know, we're losing a lot of the rig structures that we have where these fish used to hang out and they would come inland, and it started affecting our inland fishing a lot from where I was when we were young to what it is now. And putting these reef structures back out really helps it out a lot, brings the fisheries back, and it's a good thing for this area. Good thing for this area.
It's just great. Of course, we've got our local chapters, our Sugar chapter, our Vermilion chapter, our Cajun chapter, our Southside chapter, our Lafayette chapter called Acadiana. All were involved with this. We've got members from all of those chapters with us today. We've got some locals who have brought their boats out to take us out for a site visit. This is the compilation of months and months of work. It takes a long time to put these projects together. There's funding that needs to be secured, and with our partners at the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, with Reef Louisiana, the Building Conservation Trust have all stepped up to help make this possible. And of course, we can't say enough about our friends at Danos, who have been longtime supporters of CCA, but have just come across this new technology where they can 3D print these concrete reef modules. And so we're hoping that this is a wave of the future for us as we move into more and more reef building. Today is reef number 45 that we've built at CCA in just over a decade or so, and many more to come. So it's an exciting day for all of us at CCA, and we're looking forward to many more to come.
This is just great. We vow to continue our habitat program with CCA Louisiana. It is one of our major focuses of our mission statement. So we're going to continue this habitat program on into the future with the great support from our sponsors. Today this project is an in-house project. We're using money that's been collected and developed from our members from our program called Reef Louisiana. So we're very happy for this program to come to fruition today and very excited to be out there and see the install.
Look, there was a study years ago about the economics of recreational fishing, and it was the third largest industry in the state. You have the oil and gas, the healthcare industry, and then recreational fishing. And when you have places like this that are losing habitat and losing their way of life, it is killing these local economies. And so when you give them more habitat to make the species thrive, the fishermen follow, and it will change the game down in Lydia and all the surrounding areas.
CCA is a really big, proponent of the fisheries, for the sportsmen in this area. They're our voice. Putting the reefs out, and when we losing a reef, they putting it back. So they're our voice, for the local guys, for the sports fishermen that are in Louisiana.
My reaction, I'm excited, very excited. Excited to see CCA partnering with our other partners around the state to put these projects back in the water, reef projects that'll rebuild the habitat. It's just a great feeling to know that we're doing such good work for the fisheries in South Louisiana.
In addition to the habitat we build, we're an advocacy organization for Louisiana's fisheries. We want to make sure that the fisheries we enjoy today and have enjoyed for generations is around and is vibrant and healthy for generations to come, so that our kids and their kids can continue to enjoy it the same way we do now. And in order to do that, you need good management. You need good habitat, and CCA is dedicated to making sure those things come to fruition. We've got thousands of members in 30 chapters across the state of Louisiana. It's very affordable to be a member of CCA, and when you are, you know that you have a voice at the state capitol and on the coast out doing projects like this one. So we'd encourage all of the viewers out there to get involved with CCA. It's only $35 to be a member. You go to ccalouisiana.com or joincca.org. You can do it either way, and it'll take you right to our membership page, and you can become a member and feel secure that you now have an ally in the fight for our coast and for our fisheries resources.
If you have a stake in fishing and the preservation of our marine resources here in Louisiana and really across the Gulf of Mexico, we encourage you to join. We have a lot of members that don't fish, but they're committed to preserving the resource and protecting what is valuable to Louisiana. It's not very expensive to become a member. We have different levels of membership. And if you're a fisherman, a saltwater fisherman, or a sportsman here in the Sportsman's Paradise, your membership is important.
How can people get more information?
Go to ccalouisiana.com. You'll be able to read all about this reef, get the reef coordinates for this and every project we've ever built, and then you can become a member right there on the spot, and we hope you will.